So man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I want y'all to understand something for all of those who keep on falling for the okie doke, all of those who keep on um, listening to the same people say the same things to you over and over and over again. And I ain't talking about politicians this time. I'm talking about regular, everyday, ordinary people that you know. Your friends, your families, your whatever. And putting it in your mind to make you understand that once a person figures out that they can tell you anything and the telling you of anything can pacify you until they get to the next time that they got to tell you something that they're not going to do, then you got to understand where you making a mistake. Stop listening to words and leaning on words and start focusing on the behavior patterns of people. That's all that matters. There are a lot of people in this world who got a incredible mouthpiece. They can they can tell you, they can expound on things in a way that can just shake you up, make you stand up and give a round of applause, man. They can sell water to a fish, man. It's amazing. They can sell beef to a cow. This is how great some people's conversation is. But once they recognize how great their conversation is, a lot of people use that skill to manipulate and trick people and get over on people. And it happens more than we know. Male and female have this talent. Our problem a lot of times is that we actually, when we have feelings and emotions invested into something or somebody, we allow ourselves to fall for the same talk and the same rhetoric over and over again. Over and over again. All the way until you've been drained dry. Mentally, emotionally, and in a lot of cases financially. We fall victim to sob stories and sad stories that people come with. Family members telling you, I'm just going through a hard time. You was going through a hard time 2 months ago. You was going through a hard time last year. You was going through a hard time when we was in high school. You was going. Learn to trust patterns of behavior. That's all you should be focused on. They say actions speak louder than words. They say when people show you who they are, believe them. They say all these fancy sayings that you hear, but we ignore those things because we want to continue to have to be in the favor of people who don't favor us, and that's a sickness. You steady going out your way to please somebody who never does anything for you. That's a sickness. You were dealing with some kind of psychological issue. Nothing too crazy, nothing that keeps you from being functional, nothing that should have you institutionalized, but definitely something that needs to be addressed within yourself. Because once you have allowed somebody to exhaust every resource that you have, whether it be mental or physical resource, they just gonna pack up and migrate to the next person that they can drain and leave you, and all you are after that is a gutted out shell. I don't really care about you. So when you are on the inside looking out, you don't always perceive these things, but it's always somebody that's on the outside looking in and say, well, man, look what this person has done to you. He keeps doing this. He keeps doing that. She keeps doing this. And you steady because you are not focused on the patterns of that person. You focused on whatever deceptive, delusional idea and thought that you have or this vision that you have with and for that person that includes you being happy, but it seems like they're the only ones that's benefiting from it. I'm not going to go by what you tell me. I'm going to listen to what you tell me initially because that may be all I have to go on at the moment. But I'm going to focus more so on what I see from you. See? It's like in sports when you got somebody who's, if you've never seen a player before, you're a coach or a scout, and you've never seen a player before, and somebody's telling you how good they are. He can really shoot. He can really handle the ball. He's this, that. He's a good floor general and all this good stuff. And you're going to take it into account. But when you actually see him, you go to the game and watch him, or even if you look at a little film and watch him, now you have a better feel and a more realistic feel of who this player really is. And you can make your assessment based on that. People can tell you how good or how bad a movie is, and they might be right. But nothing beats actually going to see the movie yourself, because the movie everybody said was bad, you might like it. And vice versa. So trust patterns of behavior, man. Watch how people act when they with you. And more importantly, as Mr. Farrakhan teaches, watch how people act after you disappoint them. And disappointment doesn't mean that you did anything wrong to them. It means that you did not necessarily do what they wanted you to do in the moment they wanted you to do it. Because you can do 1,000 things right for somebody, and the first time you say no, you get treated like you are the worst person that ever walked the face of the planet. And these are your moments and your clues to understand who's really with you and who's not. And who's just trying to, who's really with you and who's trying to get you. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Some of y'all are listening to this like, oh, that's not me. She loves me. He loves me. He says it all the time. Oh, that's my mama. That's my uncle. Oh, we grew up together. Don't matter. Stop locking in on what they say and lock in on what they do. Alright, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.